Welcome to Between the Studs, the best LEGO podcast here on Friday mornings at 9:30. Today we've got Mark, Angie, and Daniel, some of the best people here. I mean, we're all the best, but we're some of the best.
Wow, I better write that down.
We're the hardest working.
You can put it on your resume. One of the best people at Atlanta Brick. There you go.
Every time I do anything with anyone, I always say, whoever's with me, we're the hardest working here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like whenever you're with people, it's the best. It's
Yes.
always the best. We're positive here.
Yes.
It's good.
We love each other. We're family.
Exactly. But as much as we are positive, we are also very negative. We can really just go on a rant, and that's what we're going to do today because we're doing the worst LEGO sets, according to us, for a plethora of reasons.
Lots of reasons.
This whole table I'm just going to upend it into the dumpster after this is over.
We could totally do that.
We're going to just burn all this stuff.
Yeah,
we're
burn
doing.
it.
No.
Burn it.
In fact, I think we have, because we're picking from our hearts, we're seeing stuff. I see stuff on Daniel's thing that I'm like, that is so cool. Why would you think that's the worst? And then we were looking at some of your stuff, Angie, and we're both like, oh, that's cool. Why would you make... So we'll have to kind of give each other a hard time about our picks as we go along.
Absolutely.
We'll
and
give
honestly,
a well-thought-out, formulated discussion for our reasoning.
I don't like anything on the table, so...
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go. You're doing great.
He hated all, Angie.
I
That's
do.
good.
If y'all hate it, I hate it.
That's
I hate
good.
it.
All right. But
let's take some stuff away so we can
let's
hide
clear
it.
it away, and then we'll talk about why we're picking these sets out. I want to talk about the motivations, the logic, and all that. So
Yes, it appears that I'm the only one that brought some built sets in.
Daniel's got one.
Well,
I have
he
one-
did have one.
yeah,
I'm
one
sorry.
built
That's
set.
I
my
didn't
bad.
get any built sets. The ones that I really wanted to share weren't in the store, so I actually have some printed pictures, and I'll throw some pictures up on the screen for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so, worst sets ever. What does the worst set ever have to have in it to qualify for that very notoriously prestigious position for you guys? Let's start with Angie. What does the worst set ever mean to you?
Useless parts, like too many a little teeny build here and a little teeny build there, and it's not like substantial. Also, parts that don't fit Lego anymore.
Yeah, weird stuff.
Or never really did, and they brought it out anyway.
Yep.
That
you know
won't
what
stop
I'm
us.
saying?
We could go get the Galador really quick. Yeah.
System of play, schmistem of play.
Yeah, I mean,
Phooey.
I feel like the Galador's making a comeback just because of you alone. So
maybe a little bit. Yeah.
and those figures tend to be more like Bionicles, which when I first came to work here, I thought Bionicles were the silliest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And they still kind of are, but I understand the people more now.
The pin fits with Technic a little bit,
Correct,
so it's
yeah.
got at least an excuse.
But some of the stuff, and then just a terrible build, just sad and weird.
Yep.
I decided not to include any Bionicle in today's selection, so I didn't start any beef with anybody.
You would.
The Bionicle fans will get us if we
I'm
do.
sure we already have
I
people
was walking
just on
around
what
the
I
store,
said,
and I had the
yes.
case, and I said, no, I better not.
There's a couple stinkers in Bionicle too. I like Bionicle, but there's a couple. Every theme has some bad
Couple
sets.
stinkers.
I have grown into a position of to each their own.
Yeah.
And
I have two, but there's some sets that shame on you. Shame on you.
Yes.
If you like these sets, I'm sorry. And I'm
That's
saying
true.
that to y'all.
I will
'cause
shame
seems-
anyone who owns any of these sets.
Although, if y'all like what I pulled, then shame on you.
Now, I think
We'll
I go
see.
at it from a
We'll
different
see.
perspective because
Yes.
I actually like the weird stuff. So that's why I might be like, I want to buy that, Angie.
Yeah,
Well,
I got you.
you use odd parts like
You
that
do.
in
I
creative
try to,
ways.
yeah.
You do.
Parts that aren't meant to mesh with
No,
Lego,
but I'm
you
going to
can
show
force them.
you a couple of parts
A-
today. that you're
Angie's
gonna be
got
like,
some picks here.
Ugh.
Yeah. There you go.
My
What about you?
criteria is pretty similar. There's definitely a few different categories. Just generally ugly. One of the ones that I picked for today, the story behind the release of the set is kind of controversial, and the set just doesn't make any sense anymore. And then one is just represents the whole theme. It's just an abomination that should have never existed. So
Exactly.
we get there.
True.
Abomination is a pretty strong word, but I think it's pretty deserved in some cases.
Yes.
So for me, it's similar to you guys. If it's an ugly set, if it just doesn't look good, it ain't good.
Right.
There's some ugly Lego sets out there. Another one for me is a little more nostalgia based. So the reason I like some sets is also the reason I hate some
Anti-nostalgia.
sets. Yeah. So when I was a kid, some sets really I didn't like them. That really bothered me. Another one is, I've been here at the store for 5-6 years now, long time. I get to see what kids don't like because they trade it in.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
And
yes.
so I have years of experience. And so if something
The after
appears,
Christmas rush.
if I see hundreds of sets show
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
I know that it's a bad set. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is bad.
I
you know?
can take you to the graveyard
Yeah.
right now
We
and
can't sell
show
some
you
stuff.
that, for instance, the Friends dolphin cruiser. I
Yep.
think I have 20 in the graveyard, and people
Yeah.
bring them in and they're like, "Oh, look what I have." I'm like, "Oh yeah, great."
It has great initial appeal, but it
Yes.
has no play value or something because it ain't
No.
working. Yeah.
No,
So.
Anything
we get a
in the
lot of
graveyard
that.
that we have a bin dedicated not just to a theme but to a specific
Specific
set.
set.
We have
That's
a whole
bad.
bin of the same
Right,
set.
that
Yeah.
is bad.
That's a
lot,
criteria right
and
there for
honestly,
sure.
I'm sorry to say this, but a lot of the DC comes back way quicker than
It
the Marvel
does.
does.
DC
Because
can
the
be
DC
bad.
sets are just like, I've said it before.
I should have grabbed some DC sets, but maybe we'll do more of these
Yeah.
with other people, and then we'll
Yeah.
do. We're actually going to do our best sets too.
Yes.
'Cause we want to, and now we should probably just. I should have put this at the beginning, but pretty much all Lego sets are pretty awesome.
Oh,
You know, and even if
Can
someone
always
gave
part
me,
it out.
if someone gave me a Jack Stone set, I would still part it out and use it. You know, I mean, rarely am I going to
Yeah.
actually burn or throw away.
You would
anything.
see it as a challenge and say,
Yeah.
how can I incorporate these parts
Yeah.
and make them cool?
Exactly.
yeah,
So
and Lego even said everything is awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
we're hating on these, but
Well,
in truth,
almost
it's
everything.
kind of tongue-in-cheek, but
Almost everything.
almost everything's awesome. In truth, we really truly like pretty much everything Lego, and we're just picking out
We
a couple
do.
things that aren't good, and we're just having fun with it. So don't take it too
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, please don't take it personal.
But we are gonna rant a little bit because we got some angst to get out. It's been
Yeah.
a stressful couple weeks.
It has. We've
we're
been
just-
trying to do this video for a couple weeks
Yeah.
now, and I've literally been like, I can't today. I've got too much. So Mark put it on my calendar Monday.
I scheduled it with you guys. I'm like, what we
Yes.
really need today is Wednesday afternoon good. So we're
Yes.
filming now, and we'll be seeing this on Friday. But yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So
Unless you have any of the sets that I picked out, in which case do take it personally.
Yes.
And I hate your guts.
yeah. Daniel, keeping it real. All right.
Yes.
So, Angie, you've got a number of sets picked out. Why don't we start with you today?
Well, I've got one right here.
There we go. That's a great place to start.
I mean, I guess we consider polybags a set,
Yeah,
right? Don't
it's
we?
a set. It counts.
I mean, Mr. Bunny from 2002, he was a polybag. This is an example to me of something I would buy, and there's no unique parts in it except for the one slope
The
that's got
printed.
his face on
Yep.
it. There's nothing else unique about it. It would, if it comes into the store, we wouldn't even know that this was this set. It because it's just parts. Really,
generic.
it's very generic.
Mm-hmm.
The good news is, if you love Mr. Bunny, there was a Mrs. Bunny too. So
Oh.
They
yes.
can get together.
Yes, they can.
And make lots of baby bags.
Yes, and they'll have babies everywhere. But yes, this is Mr. Bunny polybag.
Mm-hmm.
Number, let me see, I wrote it down, 10071 from 2002. You can get this for $12 on Bricklink.
That seems like
That's a
a
hefty
high
price
price. Yeah, I don't
A lot of
know.
money for these little...
$2. Take it or leave it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that looks like a $1.99, $2.99
Yeah,
to me. So.
Exactly. If
Mm.
we got this polybag in brand new, I feel like that's what it would go for.
Yeah.
He even has a visor with this little 2x2 plate.
Hat.
It's either a hat or his hair or something.
Something, I don't know.
But it's
but-
wrapped around his ears.
and
somehow.
his
ears go
tail
through it.
square. I just, I've had a pet peeve about him for quite a long time, and this was my outlet to get it out.
There we go.
Well, after my scalding comments a minute ago, I feel obligated to say that I think I did have this. I think I do.
Really?
I do.
Wow, you own this one.
Yeah.
So
You
Daniel,
own Mr. Bunny?
I mean,
Wait, how old were
not
you in
intact.
2002?
He's not exactly on my display case.
Yeah. How old were you?
5.
Okay, that makes sense.
okay, yeah, because
Now,
2002.
I also had a lot of those, like, really terrible, like those McDonald's things
Yeah.
with those printed
Yes.
slopes.
There's some
They
bad
were
McDonald's
They were
sets.
in the buckets of, junk parts.
You can put most of the Lego McDonald's collaborations in the bad
Oh,
set
you're so
category.
cool.
Yeah.
Most of the
I
time.
even have one today.
I think
Yeah.
we have one out there that's certified pre-owned, and I'm like, why?
You know why? No, I did that. You know why I did that?
Please tell. Please elaborate.
Because we had all the instruction books for all 7 ones,
So you
which
bought
I
all-
felt was a pretty random, weird thing to have, all 7. And we had all the slopes. So I went and pulled all the parts
There you
to
go.
create them because we had the book and we had each of the slopes. And
Yep.
I thought, you know what? I
Some
certified pre-owned
collector
it.
is
Correct.
gonna- yeah,
We didn't
can
have
get
the
all of
original
them at once.
packaging, but I thought if you have all 7, and some completionist like myself would be like, ooh. So yes, that's
There you
that's
go. If
why
you've
it's
been
certified
on the
pre-owned.
hunt for those McDonald's,
The old
the
little
little
Yeah.
planes
helicopters
and
and
helicopters.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chris
You
was
can get
like,
them here all at once.
yeah, I gave it to
You
Chris.
can kill
and he-
7 birds with one stone.
Right? Yeah, no, I gave it to Chris to price, and he's like, I don't know what to price this. I'm like, Okay.
$5.
Yeah.
$2.
Yeah, so we priced out what each set would have been, which was 3 to 4 each, and times 7, and that's what we came up with. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
That's crazy. But yeah, so Mr. Bunny, pretty ugly. I thought the goats from the goat boat were ugly. This is a new level of ugly.
I don't like that. Who was talking about those goats earlier today?
We were, I think somebody bought a goat boat set from us today. We were discussing it. So.
And Ethan Howell, who is obsessed with all things Marvel, even saw it on the table, and he was like, "What is that?" I said, "Dude, that's a Marvel set. That is your next Thor film with the goat boat." And he goes, "Oh, no.
The goats just...
No.
They're a little cursed looking.
They look like they're going to be the annoying comic relief characters.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they'll be in the film.
Screaming goat meme, but not funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's my first... That is what I start with for you guys.
Now, I think it's worth pointing out...
you should do 2 in a row. That was a
You want me
one.
to?
We could, yeah.
Well, then give me the pink...
pink polybag stuff?
The poly... Oh,
here you go.
Sorry, yes, those, because that is McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's a good
It's probably worth
transition.
saying that 2002, I think a lot of these selections will be from that era, or...
late 90s, early 2000s.
That was a...
Most of mine are actually either newer or older than that.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Surprisingly
Okay.
enough.
Yeah, these are from 2004, it looks like it says.
Mm-hmm.
And these Clickets, I don't get it, Lego. I don't. You could have done anything, but you chose to do these things. And we actually have 3 in sealed packages here at the store. This is the most substantial, but it's just a box. It doesn't connect to Lego.
I think some of the pieces, these are the McDonald's versions, but some of the actual Clicket sets, the pieces do actually connect to studs.
Okay.
So that's at least some use for some people. However, they're still very specific.
Yeah, my curiosity is were these like to promote Clickets were coming out for the first time?
think
Is
so.
that what it was?
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah,
so this was
usually
like,
that's
you like
what the
these, then go
McDonald's
for it, yeah.
toys were.
Yeah.
So these might not be the same as regular Clickets, but that also adds to their worstness.
Yeah, right.
Because they're McDonald's, so...
Yeah, I mean,
I
thought
would not have had a very happy meal if I had gotten that.
I should give you some of the Happy Meal Bionicle.
Oh,
I've
no.
seen those two, and the
They're
original
so bad.
Batman. The Batman ones are maybe the closest
They're
things.
so bad.
Or those racer cars that are only like 3 pieces.
So bad. I mean, you can only get so much in there. But anyway, this is my contribution for the McDonald's.
The worst.
And what is it that you want to do with these, Mark?
So I actually like Clickets because I've ordered a couple pieces on Bricklink because they do snap down to stuff, and they're like, you got stars, you got hearts, you can snap those on for extra detail. So they're a little bit of a collector's item on Bricklink.
But now Lego's coming out with more of the stars and hearts and
that's true. Dots is
Dots
basically supplanted what this would have been.
And Lego, the second Lego movie.
Dots is what Clickets should have been.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Dots is better.
you've got the rubber bracelets. They're doing the
I
jewelry
agree.
thing. They're doing picture frames. They're doing jewelry boxes.
At first I knocked on Dots because I'm like, this is just Clickets, but Dots is way better than Clickets ever was.
Yeah.
Totally insist on. Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. And
There's even like the keychain things, pockets.
You can use them for mosaics and stuff. They're really great pieces. So, but this is I still like these pieces because this is the stuff that I grew up with. I remember seeing Clickets in the magazine. But I think
your sister do these at all?
she got out of Lego pretty quickly.
Oh, did she?
She went on to actual jewelry making and stuff like that. So
okay.
she did her own creative stuff. But yeah, so I like them as a little nostalgia and because they're weird. I'm a weird piece guy, so that's most
weird
people
guy.
won't like that. So I'm sorry, guys, but I disagree with this a little bit.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, whatever.
They're still bad. They're still bad. I admit they're bad. So yeah.
Yeah, it looks like these were numbered. This is number 7, number 5, and number 1. So
How many times did they want people to eat at McDonald's?
I know, right? Which tells me those that are completionists out there.
There's at least 4 more of these.
Yeah, there's at least
atrocities
4 sad
floating
things floating around.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be in. I don't even want to put them in the new girly friends section because they're
Put them in the
sad.
polybag bin, maybe.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Almost.
So if
The
you're looking to
sailboat.
buy them, you'll find them there.
There we go. Well, Daniel, would you like to pull your
You want me
first
to go
worst
next?
worstest set?
Okay,
Yes.
this is hard. I don't even. I don't know where to start. All right, I'll make some people angry.
Oh, you're
on
going to
the
make
first
some
one.
people angry.
Now, Star Wars can be a hard thing to roast, but I think hopefully
a
some
bit
Star
much.
Wars fans out there will agree with me
Star
on this
Wars
one.
is a bit much.
That is a bad one.
Okay.
Tell me
where do I
why.
start?
Tell me why. Because I don't know why. I don't know.
There was some concept art that must have been given to Lego about this vehicle that was going to be in, I guess, Force Awakens?
Which is a controversial film in itself.
Yeah,
But yes.
controversial film on its own. They sent concept art to Lego to make this set, and then the vehicle never even ended up appearing in the film.
They cut it.
So
really? I didn't know that.
It was totally edited out.
Is it
never
like a
even
spider?
appeared in the background.
Is it like a spider?
It kind of crawls along, and I'll make a comparison in a minute. Totally cut from the film. So this Lego set comes out, and everybody goes, "What
the heck is that?
What is that?
I didn't know that.
That's not a thing. That's not. What is this?" And then the movie comes out probably after the set.
Yeah.
And then they go, "Well, it never showed up, so I don't
Nobody
think it
wanted
sold
it.
very well.
Yeah.
Nobody bought this." Now, what this set should have been was if Lego wanted to make a Strand Beast, Lego should have just made a Strand Beast.
Yeah.
They're these kinetic sculptures.
Yeah,
by
they
this
have all
guy
these legs and they kind of walk along the
with
beach.
a name that I can't pronounce.
And they were in the movie?
No,
No.
this is a guy who makes sculptures,
I got you.
and they're these kinetic things, and he like sets them free on beaches, and they use the wind power coming in from the ocean
To
to
move.
walk along, and they have these little kind of legs, so they sort of just crawl along like that.
That's what that's
and
based
that's
off
essentially what this was designed off of in that concept
So it's
art,
called
but-
First Order Heavy Scout Walker.
Yeah,
I would like to see what it looked like in the movie.
I know, that's
If
got
it had
great
been in the
parts.
movie.
I like great parts.
Good parts,
if you
okay
want some
figures, and controversial
Are there
movie.
any
Figures
rare
are
figures
fine.
in here
You
that
get General Hux. He's maybe good. I don't know how many other
The
things
Resistance
he came
Trooper's
in. The
probably
flame,
unique
the
to that
Flame
set.
Trooper, yeah, is pretty cool.
But were these characters in the film?
The characters were all in the film,
Oh,
I
okay.
believe, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, and I think that, first of all, the sets from those Star Wars prequels movies don't sell well in the first place.
Yeah.
But then this was not in the movie, so even people from the movie won't even make
the
a connection.
movie wasn't good.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Wait,
in the
is
movie.
this the first of the prequels?
This is the middle
I
one.
think.
Oh, because
Oh,
the
it
first
was?
one was
Okay.
terrible. I mean, it was
Okay.
the best. The second one was terrible to me.
First one I didn't mind. Second
like
one I
this-
didn't like, and then the third one I
Right.
didn't even bother watching.
I watched it, but I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my first one.
That's a good one.
That is a good
There's
one.
fine parts in it, but it's more about the nature of the release and really
Yeah.
the purpose of why it even
It never
existed.
should have
I-
existed.
I did
This
not
may
know
not
that
be
story.
Lego's fault.
It isn't. It
It's
really
It
not
could
isn't.
have been
Lego's
good
fault.
if it had been in the movie, but
Yeah.
we have
but
like
is it a
one
good
blurry
build by
image
itself,
together.
though? That's
I
the
don't know, I
question.
haven't built it.
Oh, have you built it?
I've never built it. I've had to
I've
see
never
it
even
built.
seen. I've
I've
never
seen
seen a built one.
And you push it along and those legs little move.
Does
It's
it
cool.
work
They
good?
do.
The function is
It's got a
good?
little
Well, that was
function
what
to
I was asking. For a set by itself,
It looks like it just rolls on wheels,
Yeah,
but maybe
it-
the
The wheels
legs
turn
move,
the-
but it's
the
not
gears.
actually
Yes.
supporting
So
it.
if it's not Lego's fault, then we have to ask the question: is it a good build?
It's kind of mediocre looking, in my opinion. So I don't think
Yeah.
it's a good set.
It's
even.
not as bad. This was another contender, the BB-8 ATST that's missing the entire.
That's
head.
pretty bad,
But that
too.
one gets roasted all the time, so I figured
Yeah.
I'd pick something a little different.
I know when we get these in, I find them to be hard to keep together.
Yeah,
I
they
feel
don't
like
stay
fall
together.
apart
It's
well.
fragile.
Yeah. So it's a worst.
Anyway,
I didn't know that story. Thank you, Daniel, for
the
sharing.
more you know. A
Yes.
botched release from both Disney
Botched.
and
Yeah,
Lego.
that's a good way to describe the set. Just botched.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Your turn.
Oh,
We need,
okay.
we need a graphic that's like a big red stamp across the
Speaking
screen.
speaking of botched,
Oh, we knew that was coming. I knew this was
you
coming.
guys,
I knew it.
if you were holding out hope that I somehow wouldn't pull out a Nexo Knights set on first worst set, this is it.
You
I
think
can't
this is
believe
a
I
bad
didn't pull
set?
a Chima set. I really can't.
So
I was
Chima's,
gonna, but I
Chima's
thought
grown
y'all
on me
would.
like a mold, and
No,
I've started to like it
I do
more.
not care for Chima.
But,
You know why? It's the answer to Fabuland, because it is all the animals
That's true.
that live in a world.
I used to hate Chima. Now I have other things to hate. So, but
Chima can also be.
the specifics for this set for me is, first of all, Nexo Knights. So that's a big no. But there's some Nexo Knights
Enough
that I
said.
think are great. So it's not just Nexo Knights. That's a bad thing, but it's not just that. First of all, it doesn't have a lot of figures. It's got a couple small things, one little droid, one clay, boring as it gets, and then you
It's
got
got that big. What's his name?
one bad guy. He's not as cool as other bad guys. He's cool, but he's not the coolest.
And he's
so you
brick
got
built, so,
you got
yeah.
two okay figures,
Yeah.
and you got a jet plane. And now the problem with the jet plane is we got a ton of these in trade. I'm talking like
Yeah.
12 or 15 within a span of 6
Yes.
months.
Yes, we did.
Which means
We
that the
still do.
kids have that set and they don't care 2 cents about the set.
True.
And they're trading it in. We could never sell them. We still have 3 or 4 of these out in the case that have not sold in several years. Since
The
this
kids
came out,
don't like it. That
this
speaks
came
for
out
itself.
new in 2017. That was 5 years ago.
Now that was part of
Well-
a. How many waves of Nexo Knights were there? Because that was part of one of
3.
the later
This
waves.
is the second wave.
That's the second one.
So, and there are some sets from the second
Mm-hmm.
wave that are very popular. This is not one of them. So,
You know what this reminds me of more of this build?
Mm-hmm.
There's some Ninjago sets that look a lot like it.
There are.
And I feel like the Ninjago sets would sell better.
And like you were saying with the Botched, so these wings, they have a bunch of features that all the Nexo Knights sets are pretty intricate as far as play features. The wings, the tips pop off if you breathe on them. You go, and it falls apart.
Yeah.
And so that was horribly annoying to deal with as a built set. It was unpopular with kids. It's Nexo Knights. It's the worst. So that's my first Botched. I'm gonna get a red PNG and drop it on the
yeah,
the
like
thing.
a big like a stencil font.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
All right.
Botched. All right.
Yes, yes.
That's
The worst. Okay.
You're dropping the hammer.
So we've
Well, all
got
right,
some
hang
good
on.
sets.
I'm gonna
I was
follow
gonna
that
say,
up.
Okay, we got
follow that
we
up.
see your Nexo
Bam!
Knights.
Double down on Nexo Knights.
Yeah, we're gonna
Now, wait a
dunk
minute.
on those Nexo Knights
Wait a
sets.
minute.
Dunk on them.
I do like this set. I do like this set. I said we have it built in the case.
We do.
Angie, it's ugly.
I mean, it's weird, but it's
Look at those eyes.
I mean,
Look at those eyes.
Look at the teeth. That guy
I
needs to
mean-
visit the dentist.
85% of the reason that I selected this set is contained within this square.
Little black.
Okay?
Yeah. Oh.
no, but what I liked about this set when we got it in was I liked the cage back there. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, yeah, it's
It's pretty horrible.
I mean it's got more figures in it though.
It has a pretty good selection of figures, but that is a pretty cursed vehicle.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you done?
I'm sorry.
You finished?
Yeah.
You're done?
You
Okay.
got- wait,
Well, I'm
what-
gonna get back
what's-
to roasting.
So mostly the face, but is there anything else that really you don't like in it?
Okay, well you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 8 of these giant wheel
Yep.
pieces.
They're
That's
awful.
eating up a ton of your
Yeah, there's
part
not a lot
volume,
of
your
build on
parts.
the top of it.
Yeah, there's not
You
a
got
lot
a bunch
sitting
of
on top.
exposed studs
And
in there.
I don't like the aesthetic of this second wave with these kind of lightning rock monster. It's too visually busy to me.
Too
I don't-
much.
Yeah,
It's a
there's
bit
just lot
much,
going
as
on.
we
It's a
say.
bit much.
As we say in the South.
There's a
we
lot
do.
going on. Yeah,
Bless its heart.
It's an interesting color scheme. I mean, dark gray and purple is really all they got going on. There's a little bit of what is that?
Medium
like
blue,
medium
sand
blue,
blue.
bright light blue or something.
I would say you're right because I have seen it built. We have it out there, and there's not a lot of brick on top. It is
Yeah.
a lot of wheel and
You've
not
got
a
this
lot.
giant tank and then one little tiny vehicle that fits one guy.
That's
and
pretty
this
ugly
guy's here
vehicle,
just on
too.
his
This is
foot.
David and
That's not
Goliath.
great. Yeah,
Right?
I don't think it's even that
Well,
inspirational.
no, there's a teeny right there too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see.
A lot of things not working on that.
and it's Nexo, so.
And it's Nexo Knights immediate
And this
botched.
is considered a figure right
It is. Now
here.
that's
What's
that's
his
the
name?
one thing.
Monstrox.
This
that's the one
lightning cloud.
thing.
Yeah, we've got a character that's a lightning cloud. I don't get it. I don't. Now I never watched the show, but I'm not going to.
Probably
Did you watch
means
the show?
no.
I think if you make everybody watch Gala,
I would probably melt like the Wicked Witch of the West if I saw the show.
Maybe in 20 years people will look fondly back on Nexo Knights, but
Not right
for
now.
the time being, get it out of here.
Oh, you're sad. Don't make me
So
sad.
Nexo Knights getting double dunked
Oh,
on
that's sad.
the video today.
That's
but
very
Angie,
sad.
you've got more here.
We hit him
Wanna
with a
share
I
combo.
do. All right. This one makes me want to throw up. Sorry.
that?
Somehow,
Botched.
yeah. Somehow these always end up in the friends section. I think it's because there's pink on the box, so they think, "Oh, girls will love this." I'm sorry. Now, again, I have to speak sane. I have not seen the show. I don't know anything about it, but this is one of those that falls into the category of it's got teeny tiny builds, little teeny tiny things
Yep.
that are gonna get lost as a mother. This is the worst.
They're not going to stay together.
They're not going to stay together. You're not going to know. It's just.
It's ugly too.
It is. It's terrible. It's 4 little tiny things. They don't. I'm sorry.
Doesn't
I
go
don't even know what to
together.
say. I don't even like the figures. So
Their heads are. For the first time I saw one of these figures out in the case, their heads are enormous.
Huge.
If you thought the Trolls figures had huge
heads are
heads,
weird. These are like
these
that.
are absurd.
They
Do
are.
either of you know anything about the Powerpuff Girls
I
TV
don't.
show? TV show.
The original
TV
one?
show. I know a little bit about it because there was always commercials for it for the shows I was watching. I think it was
Oh, for
ABC
real?
on
Okay.
Saturday,
There's
and
So what is it?
Trolls, and they've got.
it's pretty well regarded, not like hugely popular, but it's so people. I could see people who like the show buying this, but that's actually a pretty small group of people,
Right.
my age, girls.
And honestly, I believe this is 2018. Honestly, I believe that there's only 2, maybe 3 sets in this whole theme.
yeah,
for
there's only a
Lego.
few,
So,
which is
and-
good because they weren't
Right.
very, and we still have these, a bunch of them. So.
Oh, well,
We
yeah.
can't give them away.
I'll add a story to this. I was in a Marshall's I don't know, this came out in 2018?
2018.
So
It was probably in 2019. I was in a Marshall's. They had a
Yes.
shelf with like 100 of these on it.
Yes.
And the only time
Yes.
something ever ends up at Marshall's, if you know how Marshall's works,
Yes.
is if
They
the
buy it out.
retailer sells it to Marshall's because they can't get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. It's
So
true. It's
bad
like,
sign.
it is.
In bulk. They must have sent pallets of these to places like Marshall's to get rid of them because they couldn't
Yep.
sell them at either Lego stores or Targets or Walmart's.
Yep.
It's true.
I don't know. They couldn't give them away.
It's absolutely
Yep.
true.
And yeah,
Absolutely
not a good
true.
build, not selling, kind of a not known theme. So yeah, the worst, botched.
Terrible. I'm gonna add it to my pile of
I'm gonna
groceries.
say botched as many times as
Yes.
possible.
Yes,
All right.
it's my botched pile.
You got a good pile of botched sets here, Angie.
Yes,
That's
I
good.
do. Thank you.
How many do you have
How
left,
many-
Daniel?
I'm down to 2.
I've got a couple left here. I've
You
got
got a
3.
few-
I'll,
yeah, you
I'll
better
share
go
one.
next.
So this
I've got 3.
is another one that kind of goes into the not selling category.
Yeah. Which is
Hidden
sad.
Side had so much potential.
It so did.
This set had so much potential. I'm not putting this here because it's Hidden Side. Like Nexo Knights. Nexo Knights is bad. Hidden
Yep.
Side is kind of like missed opportunity.
Yes.
And it's disappointing. It's sad.
Yes, it's so
With the
sad.
success of Monster Fighters.
Yes.
Yes, this should have, and like it's Stranger Things inspired. It's got to be.
Yeah.
And
Some of the Hidden Side sets are pretty cool the way they convert to being scary.
Yep. Some of them have great play features. I think this was a little lacking on the play feature side. Well, I know Chris would greatly argue with my choice because it has a porta potty that tries to eat you, which is pretty funny, granted, but
It was funny the first time.
it was funny the first time.
But
So,
the last 50 times we've gotten
apocalyptic
it in.
school bus. This should be the coolest set. It's not. It just doesn't work. And
People call it the Fortnite Battle Bus.
Yep, it should have been that, but
Yeah.
you can't put a figure inside. It's hard to access the inside of the
Yes.
vehicle.
Yep.
The app doesn't work anymore for my phone. I tried to download it and play it. It doesn't work. So that was a big selling point of these sets is you can catch the ghosts on your phone and you can't
Yeah.
anymore. So that's the problem. At least on my phone. Maybe there's some devices that still works.
Well, and another, overarching thing for the whole theme was the box art. People.
What is this? This is cool looking, but I don't
Nobody
doesn't
knows
look,
what it is.
sell
You
it.
can't see
No,
the school
you
bus.
don't have a clue what
It
it
doesn't
is.
know
sell
what's
the
You
going on.
product.
literally have to read to know what this is.
Or
Yeah.
look at the
Or
back.
look at the
You
back.
pick it up and look at the back.
You look
and
at
if
the
you have
back.
to, I'm sure there's all kinds of marketing studies out there. But if you can't tell from the front of the box, if you have to pick it up and turn it over,
Yeah.
you're gonna miss
You're
a lot
toast.
of people.
You could use this in Stranger Things as far as when they were in the school bus being attacked by the...
I remember that.
Sure, you could
Demogorgon.
modify
You
it
could modify
to be
it.
that. You could modify
You
it
could.
to be the Fortnite Battle Bus. But
Yeah.
what it is not
One of your other
yeah.
parameters has been met
Great.
with this set, too.
This is good because it's able to be modified to something that was good.
Was good.
Yeah.
Right.
even a plain school bus.
Mhm.
They've never
Yeah,
made a
not a
regular
real
school
good
bus.
one.
have
That
they?
would sell.
It would. We have a good school bus in Duplo.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, what I was going to say is this meets another one of your criteria for a bad set.
Yes.
We have what?
5 or 6 of them out there right now.
At least.
And this set came out in what? 26, 19,
later
19,
than
a little later.
2019.
So yeah, this is a pretty
Yeah, this
recent
came out
set.
when I was working here.
Yeah.
Some of these came out way before I
But
started.
like
here.
the Nexo Knights that I picked out, we got so many of them in, we haven't sold them, they
Yeah.
don't sell, and that means the kids don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And so you feel free to comment if you disagree with that, but it qualifies on all those levels,
I like the figures though.
and it's a disappointment.
The minifigures are good.
Minifigures are good. The characters are cool looking,
It's got new parts. The yellowish green in there a lot is cool.
but it didn't
Yeah.
all come together. Kind of like
I
Nexo
know.
Knights, just doesn't work for some reason. The
Also
mixture was
has-
wrong.
The idea was
Spencer the
there,
Ghost
but the
Dog.
execution was poor.
Yeah.
Somehow. I can't even really quantify it as well as I
Yeah.
should, but it's just the kids didn't like it. It didn't work.
Well, I think I could sum it up in one word.
Yeah. Botched! Yes! There we go.
I'm gonna let y'all
Awesome.
do that.
All right, I got 2 left. You want to put one up? Oh, no. How many you got left?
I got
Angie?
2.
I got-
Angie's got.
I got 1, 2,
There's at least
3.
2
I got
over
3.
Here.
Let's
Okay,
have
you're going
Angie
again,
share
Angie.
one.
Okay.
Want to bring
Go
that?
ahead
Left
and
or right?
right.
Right.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. Mark loves this. Let me
Does
introduce
he?
you to Pepper. Let me introduce you to Pepper. This is actual Lego. If you're watching this and you're thinking, "Oh no, Angie's playing with Barbies," no, I'm not. This is actual Lego. It is a Scala horse from 1999. Okay, it's called. I think it was like Horse Stable. Very creative name. The horse may not be so bad. You could play with it in other ways.
Yeah, it's like
But
a
then-
doll horse.
But then this is stuff that came with it. This is a Lego minifigure, y'all.
Her riding helmet is the size,
Of-
like twice the size of her head.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is a Lego minifigure, And it has the parts to sit on a stud. There's no stud on the horse, though. There might be one on the saddle.
There's not
it's
a saddle.
on the saddle.
That horse is like humongous compared to. Now I know horses are big, but it looks like
but
she's
here's
riding
the
a
thing.
Clydesdale.
This is a challenge. This is a challenge. I publicly challenge you right now. This is privately challenging, but it will go Friday. It's a public challenge because you said you like the weird stuff because you can incorporate it into other things.
Yes.
I want to see you use this piece of cloth as the bale of hay and this pitchfork and this hat. I want to see you use these in sets when you build them. You can't.
Well,
They don't go with anything.
I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say because it'll steal your thunder. But go ahead and finish your thoughts on this.
I'm just saying.
Somebody's already done it.
Oh, did somebody already do it?
I'll tell you about why I do like some of the pieces from this set.
All right,
Now
so-
the figure's cursed. The horse is too big. But,
Right. As a girl, this is why. Now, this is 99, so I was a married adult and on. But I'm just saying, some of these sets were back when I was a kid, and I'm telling you, I would have never saw this as Lego. And this is why I didn't play with Lego when I was a kid, because they didn't have anything
Cloth piece is
truly
gross looking. Looks like a
geared
shag
towards
carpet.
me.
Looks
That's
like
the
an
bale
old
of,
washcloth.
excuse
yeah.
me, that is a bale of hay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it real? It's
That
not
is
supposed to be like
no,
a.
it
I
is
guess
a
because
bale
this is
of
the
hay.
riding blanket.
Yep.
This is a bale of hay. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No,
if
it's
you... Yes, it is.
I
If
refuse
you
to
love this, you can buy Pepper, the Scala horse, for $19.99 at our store.
Ooh.
Now, whoever had this before us braided her hair, and I tried to unbraid it, but now it's all like 3 parts. So
I
keep
bet you
it
could
braided.
comb it out with a pitchfork.
Yes, but yeah, go ahead.
I'd rather
What
buy
are you gonna
pepperoni.
say? Look, you
Hey,
hit the table, and she almost
These
fell off.
these are the worst, but I will say that they're redeemable qualities because I like the weird pieces. So interestingly, the fabric pieces of this set are the most valuable of all.
Really?
They're on Bricklink. They actually fetch a pretty good premium. Probably you could probably sell for $3 to $5 per piece. And for mock builders who like to put in weird pieces to impress other mock builders like me, these are the most useful because you use them as awnings, fabric pieces. I have Belleville pillows and other little pieces that are fabric, and it's like I put them in mocks and it blows people's minds. Oh, that's Lego? What? So
Yes.
you get cool points for that. So I like the fabric pieces, and the pitchfork is cool too because you could build a giant minifigure and then have them like working in the fields or something. So that I like the utensil, the oversizedness of it. But the horse, the figure, especially the riding helmet, not working for me. I can't think of a possible use for these at all.
She
But
can't
I do
sit
like
on the horse.
I do like the blanket and I do like the hay. So those are things that I would buy specifically on Bricklink just if I saw them.
Yeah.
So but yeah, they are the worst. This is bad. It was a big misstep by Lego. They didn't sell well and we never find them.
No.
But yeah.
It's the only Scala thing we have, and it actually just came in a few weeks ago.
I might have to buy it just for the weird factor because I could put it with my Galador stuff.
Well, maybe one of your
If
characters.
you buy
Galador
anything
can-
as a result of this video, you're missing the point.
No, maybe one of your
Botched.
Galadors can ride on the horse.
I bet you Allegra could ride on that. So
I think it would look too dainty.
too small horse to be like a pony that she's riding. I don't know. That is a weird set though. That is a bad set.
So that was the whole set? This is a complete
no,
set? Or
no, this is not complete.
It's
There
part
were
of a set.
bunch of different, and you can flash a
Oh,
picture.
you said it was like a state.
I'll see if I can find the Scala picture and put it up for us.
It's up there. You can find it on Bricklink. I'll show you. But it's it's like a very small build behind it, maybe a bucket, a bunch of just nonsense.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, so I still have 2. Daniel, you've got 2.
I have 2. You have 2. He has 2.
I'll go with one more. So I don't have it with me, but I wanted to have this picture to show you guys. And for those viewing at home, you'll see a picture on the screen as we're talking about it. But the one that I want to talk about is this. I think abomination is a pretty good word for it. And this is actually...
generous.
Is this Jack Stone?
It is.
Style?
It's for juniors is what they called it.
Oh,
and
wow.
this whole theme was a huge mistake, a huge waste of time and plastic. And it wasn't popular with younger kids. We still get some of the hull pieces, and that's really why this set is here, because I got this at a yard sale for like $5. And I wish I hadn't.
When you were a kid?
No, when I was like a
when you were-
teenager.
Okay.
And I got it. I'm like, oh, it's Lego. I'll get it. And so the pieces are still in my bulk bins, and
They're
I
funny.
still can't find a place to put them or do anything with them. I'm talking about these fabric and other things in Scala.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I have all these ideas. I got nothing. I got nothing. I can't.
They're so large and sculpted to look exactly like what they are. You can't really get creative and try and make it look like something else.
They have minimal stud connections, which is bad. So like
even things that like uselessly inhibit incorporating it with other things. Like Jack Stone had those big like 12 by 12 bricks with the corners, but they had these pins sticking up, so you can't unless you have something that has a hollow center to put over it.
Which they had those columns that were grooved out to go in the corners.
So you have
but that's
to use
really,
something
there's
like
nothing
that.
else like that.
I've seen people on like Eurobricks forums and things of people like using pliers to break those pins off or like shave them down because they got so fed up with not being able to incorporate
I didn't know
things.
that.
Yeah, they're willing to mutilate it so it actually works.
Yeah, well, so it's not technically Jack Stone, but it looks like the figures are just like the Jack Stone.
Yeah.
So
People
they're way
pretty
too
much
big.
call everything in that
that's
what I
would have
Jack
called
The
it.
Stone, but
figures
not
are
technically.
cursed looking. The sales aren't useful because I
was gonna ask
who
you
puts
about
an eye
that.
patch on a skull?
I mean,
It's silly.
It's
I don't know.
juniors.
It's just silly.
Juniors.
It's silly.
Can't make him scary.
I think I remember the pirate. Oh no, maybe not. I thought there was a pirate captain that had like a green beard or something.
There is. There's one.
Yeah.
One of them
Is
has
that
a
not
green
in this
beard.
set,
Yep.
though? Okay.
It was not in that set, I think.
Okay.
But it was. There's a green bearded.
I
juniors
remember
pirate.
seeing the hull from this set. I was telling you about this earlier, Mark, in a lot on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, oh, there could be a pirate ship in here. In this lot on Facebook Marketplace, that could be a good deal. And I looked up what the hull came in, and I was like, "Oh, never mind,
Not worth it.
never mind."
Yeah. So if the guy who loves weird parts and is willing to disagree with Angie on a few aspects of her worst sets can't think of anything to do it, this is bad. Botched.
Botched.
Now
Botched.
there's a treasure map piece in here. I just saw this.
It's
I
not
actually
useful.
incorporated that into a recent commission build.
Hey!
that we did here at the store as,
There we go.
as a hidden secret.
Is that a tile mod?
It's the 4x4 with the
tile
4
mod?
studs on one
I think
edge,
it's a
yeah.
Tyler plate
And it's
modified.
printed.
Yeah.
And I think there were 2 of them. Because when I found the one, I looked it up to see what
Oh,
it
it
was
has a
from
separate-
and went, oh, geez, it's Jack Stone. But there were 2 of them, like 2 halves, I guess, of a torn in half.
It's still
treasure map.
stupid.
Treasure
Anyway,
map.
yeah. So
Botched.
bad set.
Botched.
Botched. All right.
Your turn.
My turn.
Got some more, Daniel. All right.
All right, let's go vintage.
Oh no.
Let's go back in time. Now, you know, if you know anything about me, you know I like vintage
This is
stuff.
shocking. When I came in and saw it on the table, I was shocked
If
that
you know
this is your
anything
bad
about me,
stuff.
you know I like vintage stuff. I
Yeah.
like vintage space. I even like Spyrius the theme.
Mm-hmm.
But
But, and it's a big but,
why does there always have to be a big but?
there's a big but. These giant robots are just the worst. I just despise the way that they look.
They're pretty
They're
bad.
big and clumsy, and they look like a bunch of pieces were vomited together or built by a child.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
mean, wait, is there more than one version?
Yeah, there's several
there
different
sizes.
colors.
There were 2 large robots in the Spyrius theme. Now, there was also Saucer Centurion. Fantastic set.
Yeah.
Love it. It's like a flying saucer. You can split it in half. You
Yes,
pull
I
it
know what you're
apart, and a
talking
vehicle
about.
drops out. Fantastic. Minifigures, great. I love this guy. He's got the trans
the
clear
clear
motorcycle helmet.
Mm-hmm.
The Spyrius figs,
They
fantastic.
got good printing.
But these robots, they drive me nuts. They look like they were designed by a child, and I wish
pretty bad.
Spyrius was better.
Yeah.
It was a missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It was botched.
Botched is a good way to describe it.
what's
Botched.
the magnet
It's
for?
got cool. I
What's
mean,
the
it's got
magnet
he's
for?
got a magnetic hand, and he can grab
He
this
can pull out his
box,
guts.
and
I was
it's
gonna say,
fine.
what's he hiding?
It's fine, but it just looks so bad.
Yeah, and then he's got a pincher here for something.
Yeah, he's got a claw, and his arms go up and down. They're on like these ratchet.
So what year would this
things.
have been, maybe?
Oh, mid
94,
90s, mid 90s,
5,
maybe
yeah.
early. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this thing disconnects, and this is supposed to be a ship, but it's like shaped like a ball.
Maybe it goes underwater. That looks more like an underwater
It was
deal.
in space. I
Yeah,
don't
it
think
was
they were-
definitely
in
I don't think
space,
they were
yeah.
on a water planet. I don't
I don't know.
I think what they were going for was in like the if there's some real older folks watching tonight in the 50s and 60s, you know, we're talking like Space Race, Space Fever, lots of toy companies like Marx and other things were putting out these like giant plastic robot toys.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Like there were names.
Not-
Big Lou was a popular one.
Yeah.
Mr. Mercury.
Mhm.
Those kind of big. There was another one that had like a top hat on. You could like go like this. Anyway, I think that's kind of what they were going for, and maybe the color scheme kind of evokes that. Just those really vintage retro
Mm-hmm.
giant robots. But I think it just looked bad. bad.
It is a bad looking set, and I'd say this is a big Spyrus fan. That's one of my favorite sub themes of the old classic space stuff. But you got 5 tires on each side, and 2 of them aren't even on the ground. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of sometimes will roll the top one along with the bottom one, but not super reliably.
No, it's bad.
Because they're hard plastic.
Yeah, and I have this stickered piece. It's a nice holographic sticker, but
So show the audience the back.
yeah, the back is hollow. There's really nothing going on in there. I think
It's
think
supposed
there's
to be a little
vehicle
flyer.
that I
Little
might
vehicle.
have left in the case that tucks back in there.
Still,
And
it
then you've
doesn't
got a
save it.
ladder, and that's it. So there's not really any other interior going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
Bad design.
Again,
It's not a it's a
was-
cool vintage theme, but it's not one I will ever collect all of the sets from the theme.
No.
Oh, you don't think? Okay.
No.
I mean,
Yeah, I got a
have the
couple,
saucer,
but I don't have those, and I they've been in our shelf for a long time, which is another
Yeah.
sign that they're not really
We
super
do
collectible.
get several in.
Yeah.
And our friend Mark Etko, who always likes the old stuff,
Mm-hmm.
he builds these every once in a while. I'm like, he'll say, "Here comes another one."
Is it really? Oh, well, there you go. If we got a lot of them.
Now, Classic Space sells really well, but these bigger robot ones don't sell well. So that's a sign that they're just not the best design. Yeah,
And
they're worst.
Another one is RoboForce. A lot of people have mixed feelings about RoboForce. I also have mixed feelings. I used to really not like it. It's kind of growing on me with some of the printed elements, but same kind of thing. They were just kind of weird,
Odd design,
mishmash
yeah.
robot things that kind of look like they were designed by a kid or something. Nothing against whoever did design it.
Sorry, designers, but yeah,
Yeah.
this is a bad
It was a different
phase.
time. It was a
bad
different
phase.
time. They're just not a very polished look.
I think that sets like this contributed to Lego Space kind of losing its footing and eventually kind of petering out just after
Maybe.
this.
Yeah,
so
people
it,
say that about Insectoids.
yeah,
too.
Insectoids was kind of the nail in the coffin, but this was
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
starting to see some cracks in the armor of the awesomeness that is
Yeah.
Classic Space.
Yeah.
So.
For
Yeah,
sure.
botched.
Just get it out of here.
Get it
All
out
right,
of here.
my turn.
All right, Angie's got a few more to share.
I just have 2 more, so I'll do mine.
I got one more, and so
I'm
does
down to my
Daniel's.
last one.
All right, so we're gonna open this up to see what's in it because I got this out of the graveyard. But this is a Belleville set called Love and Lullabies, 1994. All right, again.
That's when I was born. This is old as
Oh
me.
yeah, there you go. So again, this is one of those that would have been out. I just graduated college, so I'm so stinking old. But I would just graduated college, so this isn't again in my childhood memory. But I just can't imagine why Lego did this because the parts are so useless. I don't even know what's in here. Again, I got it out of the graveyard, so let's see what parts are even in here. If this is even a set, honestly, it looks like it
Some
might
of
be.
it's there.
I see one part that if it's in there, I'm gonna snag it.
Is that chrome bucket?
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
Yoink!
yeah.
Just gonna squirrel that away.
This one actually maybe should be inventory because it's
Right.
even got the book.
I'm gonna have to.
But yeah, look, it's got all the things. It's got the teddy bear, the useless teddy bear.
It's got
Yep.
Nightmare Baby. Everybody's
Nightmare
everybody's favorite minifig.
And look, the teddy bear does not
Nightmare bear.
fit on a stud. It's just solid.
It's-
So it's gonna get lost. It's gonna get lost with the average.
Mom's not wearing pants.
Mom's not wearing
Uh-oh.
pants. Wait,
Does
she has a
does
skirt.
Oh, she has a skirt. That's why.
Oh wait, no, that's not it.
What year was this?
94.
94.
The style of the clothes looks like very 80s though.
It
She's got like
does,
these
right?
white like 80s sneakers on.
Yep.
I don't remember the 90s
that was
being. It's
kind
early
of 90s.
90s.
Early 90s maybe.
Oh look,
maybe
here's
so.
another teddy bear that's useless in this old violet color. It's
Multiple
a light.
useless figures.
yeah.
Oh, that might be a dress in that sink.
Oh
there.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, we should inventory this set now that I see it. I don't know why it's in the graveyard because it's got a good bit of stuff. Maybe there's a reason.
I think it's about
Why
to
do
be.
you have a
I think
whole
it's about
bucket
to
for
be
your baby?
incomplete.
Is it like that you keep a bucket of milk for your baby? Oh, you put it in the baby?
Yeah.
A bucket full of baby.
Yeah.
there you go.
These little parts here, which I guess these are Lego. That looks like the old version of
Does
the
it go in her? It goes in her
bows.
hair.
Yeah,
doesn't
it
it?
Yeah.
does.
She's got a hole in the top of her
Yeah.
head, just like the friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
She has a shovel to
Ooh,
get
a blue
the
shovel. That's kind of
She
cool.
has a shovel
Shovel
to
and
get
bucket to clean up after the baby.
clean up after the baby.
I do have one of these hairbrushes in this color.
I do
I
too.
must have somehow acquired it in some vintage
Yeah.
bulk lot.
So I'm just saying, I understand Lego had a moment. They didn't know what they were doing. They lost focus. But you can't use this stuff, most of it, in
Not
Lego
really.
sets today.
Look at that
this
big
is
container.
like a very classic representation of Belleville to me. When I picture Belleville, I always picture these giant lattice wall
Yeah, that
sections.
is the thing I do.
Yep.
Always.
I don't know why, but that's just like iconic for
And
Belleville.
Mark could use
Mm-hmm.
that. Something's in the suitcase. Let's see what it is. Oh, another bottle.
milk bottle.
Another milk bottle.
Here we
That
go.
one's at least milk colored. This one's, I
Yeah.
don't know why that one's yellow. I don't want to know what's in
Yeah.
there.
So yeah, I mean, this will be one that we will inventory. Although Mark's probably salivating over some of these parts.
Yeah, unless somebody
I've already-
steals
I've
that
already-
chrome bucket first.
Yeah.
I've said so much about how cool parts really get to me, and these are some special ones just because they don't make these colors anymore.
They don't.
They don't even
So-
make this bucket mold anymore.
Not
No.
really.
That's
no,
cool.
not with the handle like
That's
that. That's
cool.
attached. It's,
Yeah.
And the blue shovel. It's always interesting to see parts that are still around, but only in very few colors.
Yep.
In an
I
older
mean,
version.
I'll
of it,
say
in
the
different
stickers on
colors.
this are very good.
Yeah,
This-
we're gonna put this out for sale.
Yeah,
but-
we totally will.
and
is really
one of
good.
our regulars will probably buy it too, just because we talked
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. But yes.
Yeah.
I don't see anything off the front that I see.
No, that's missing.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it
so.
does. It looks really good.
The bows go on her sneakers. She's got holes in her sneakers.
Oh,
too.
okay.
Wow,
That makes
okay,
sense.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's even got the cloth, and when it's got the cloth, and you don't have to order
Yeah,
it,
that
that's
goes
a
in
big
that goes in the
deal.
crib.
Yeah, I
She
love
gets
the Lego
skirt.
cloth piece. There's her skirt, I think.
Yeah.
So,
You get the chair. You get a table.
Yeah.
very. Well, I said very cool. This is the worst. This is the worst. It's
Yeah,
so
you picked
dumb.
one that was growing on us a little bit.
Yeah, I can't help
Just
it.
strictly for the parts.
Strictly for the
No,
parts.
but a lot of these don't work. I think you have a good point with the teddy bear basically being useless because those
Can't
arms
stick it
aren't
on his
even.
head.
That's not even a bar connection.
No.
No, there's
That's
nothing.
so weird.
It's just a big teddy bear.
I mean, I guess you could say that about the figs. I mean,
Now-
her shoes will stick, but the
I
baby,
will
I
say
don't
this:
think
this set is for sale on BrickLink right now, brand new, for $105.
So ours will probably
so
be
ours
somewhere
is
in
gonna
there.
be close to that
'Cause we got the box
it
and the
looks-
instructions.
The parts look new, as far as I can tell. It
Yeah.
looks pretty darn good.
gonna
And
be up there.
Well applied stickers is the other.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're not yellow.
Contingency.
Normally, this kind of stuff, something's missing, or it's bright yellow, or we don't have the figures.
So
and
the
fact that
awesome-
we have the figures.
The awesome condition takes a few points away from it. That being said, it's still botched because you wouldn't buy this. This wasn't like you were.
No.
This is like for girls.
Yes.
And it didn't work. They stopped making it after just a couple years. And
Right. I
so-
can imagine that a little girl might want to play with her brothers in Lego, and her mom's like, "Ooh, let's get this Lego set for you." But nothing really goes with her brother's stuff, so
Yep.
won't fit on
they
anything.
were excluded. So.
Correct. Exactly. Exactly. All right. I won't take the time to put this together
Okay.
now, but we don't want anything to get lost. All right. That's one of
that
mine.
right there.
I got one more to go.
Here, let's put that.
All right.
All right. So
Your turn.
I'll go. This is my last set. I don't have it with me, but I really had to share about this one because this set messed me up as a kid.
Oh, Jack Stone messed
This
everybody
is
up.
an actual Jack Stone.
This is Jack Stone, and I mean, we can't be talking about the worst Lego sets ever without at least mentioning Jack Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I think it's very much in contention for the worst theme ever.
If we'd done this a couple of months ago, there might have been some Galador on this table.
Yeah.
But I think we've come
I think
around
you're
to
right.
it a little bit.
I think you're
Well, no,
right.
Galador is still. I understand every argument that's made that Galador is the worst because it
Yeah.
is. It doesn't
It's
fit with
pretty
Lego. It didn't sell well. There's a lot of reasons that we are using that it definitely fits in.
Mm-hmm.
But Jack Stone, I think there's no redeeming qualities here.
Well, isn't Jack Stone what almost
really
put Lego
are.
out of business?
It is definitely one of the things that
That's
definitely
one that
didn't work.
it always comes up in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so, not only didn't sell well, really messed up the Lego group, the parent company that was making these sets. The designs were horrible. They're 4 and up, so they have like 25 pieces total in a
Right.
$40 set. You know, so it's like
Yeah.
it's bad. These were even the first Jack Stone figures like these. Their hands didn't even turn. So even the pirate ones, their hands turned.
Yeah.
But these are like bad. You couldn't remove the hair pieces, heads, anything. We were expecting normal Lego figures.
Yeah.
No. So me and Steven got this set as a kid by we got a discount on it by getting Life cereal, and it was disgusting. So we had to eat several boxes.
cereal?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Life
no.
cereal.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
Daniel.
well, wait. Did you eat the gross plain Life cereal?
Yeah, well,
or
no,
did
it was
you-
plain.
No,
it
no,
was-
you got to get the cinnamon. The cinnamon.
Well, no. That was how we could get the discount on these sets.
Oh, you had to buy the plain.
Yeah, we got like 4 boxes
okay,
of
I
that
don't blame
garbage,
you.
and we're
Yeah,
eating it for
plain
weeks.
Life is. Might as well have
no.
cardboard squares. For
I know.
breakfast.
I like Cheerios, and I didn't like Life cereal. Well, anyway, sorry, Life cereal. Anyway, but and so so we first of all had to chow down a bunch of nasty cereal. Secondly, we got this set. It was a huge disappointment, and the pieces weren't even super useful because they're big and chunky, and they got those pins like you were talking about.
Yes.
This is that.
Yeah.
This is that. You could barely use these pieces with normal Lego pieces. And so we were just, after getting this set, me and Steven just were like, ugh. And we got in a
what
little
a
Lego
turn.
funk after this. We didn't really play with Lego for a couple weeks. And then we got back into it because of our old Johnny Thunder sets.
Yeah.
So, so it's, this was bad.
I would say so.
Be sure to
Botched.
drink your Ovaltine. You spent all this time to send away in the mail for something, and
I
then
feel
it
like
ended
I
up being a
I
terrible
feel like
Yeah,
I should
no.
put my therapy
That's the
couch
Christmas
down.
story,
You can sit on the
uh,
therapy couch and talk about your
Yeah,
bad
no.
Hey.
So Jack Stone, and it was not long after. It was probably a year or two after we just burnt most of our Jack Stone figures on the driveway just for kicks.
Oh my
Literally
goodness,
with
that's
matches. We're like, ha ha! You lied
I
to
want to
us.
pass that picture down. I want to see if there's even a single part in this that would be cool or useful.
The transparent lights on the top of the vehicles,
I
they're
do have some of
sort of
those.
useful. 1x4 modified.
We have almost all of
I
these
guess
parts
you get a couple
in
of the chrome
graveyard downstairs.
truck exhaust pieces.
They
Those are
weren't
about
that
a dime a
useful.
dozen, though.
No, we have almost all
giant
this in the
pipe
graveyard.
wrench, that actually did stick around for a while.
That's okay, but everything else pretty bad. Maybe the white
Yeah.
cones were useful. I don't know. So
Eh.
anyway, the tires were
I
bad.
I would be interested to know how many new molds Lego made exclusively for Jack Stone and for Junior's products.
Most of them.
Because that's what causes something to cost the company too much money.
Yes.
Is the molds.
The
Molds.
fireman, the
tens
Jack
of thousands
Stone
of dollars
figure,
that they put into these molds.
those pillars, that window, this chassis, the tires, the windscreen, the emergency lights.
And it's a lot. All the elements that have designs on them are printed because they don't do stickers in any of the
not
younger
Junior's,
targeted themes.
So yeah, this was an expensive set for Lego to make, and it was awful.
So
the
what
worst.
year do you think?
That was 2003 probably.
Wow.
So, but I don't have the year written down, but I'll
Yeah,
double
it's
check.
about-
So.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to go next, or would you rather go last? Do you have any strong feelings about going last?
I don't have any strong feelings about anything in life.
I'd like to go last then.
Okay. Well, give me my.
The box, the big box.
You want me to pull it out of the box right here? I'll
Give me the. Yeah.
pass you the
These sets are the worst.
Now let me just say this. I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that are probably going to want to buy this thing as soon as they see it.
But it's the worst.
I believe we even have the box for it
Whoops.
somewhere, maybe. It's broken apart,
Mm-hmm.
a lot
and it's
going
pretty dirty. But it is.
Are those pieces supposed to be white, or are they tan? No, they're tan.
No,
I
they're
thought that was nasty
tan.
yellow.
It wouldn't surprise me though.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is a Mars exploration rover, and I don't understand exactly. Maybe y'all can explain it to me. The Discovery Kids, because
Yeah.
I know we had some Discovery Kids space, which is this too. But I'm talking about like a space shuttle and some stuff. So is this like a science?
Yeah,
kick?
so NASA and the Discovery Channel, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
were partnering with Lego to make science-based sets for kids,
I
and
got
so
you.
mostly outer space themed.
Okay.
And so they did a number of them. Most of them are pretty valuable. I think this one is even pretty collectible if you can find it together.
Well, on
But,
Bricklink, there's only one, and it sells for $600 new.
Yeah. Woof.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So this one, we've had it for a little bit of time actually.
Mm-hmm.
One of your namesakes, Mark, brought this in a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, nope. Sorry, I disagree with you, Angie. This is cool.
I just find it to be one of those like. I understand people who love Technic, maybe who
It's
love
pretty
space,
ugly.
maybe who love whatever would love it for the parts, but I just don't find it can connect to anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just felt useless to me. And maybe I'm just showing my lack of understanding of it.
No, well, for you, it is useless. It has
Yes.
big, weird pieces.
Yeah.
I don't think they were particularly popular when they came out, and so that's why they're a little more collectible now. Is because they didn't sell.
Right.
So there's definitely some criteria that we have for not good sets here.
Well,
However,
I think
Daniel's having fun
I
with
was
the play
gonna say,
features.
Daniel-
I'm having fun.
Look-
Look, you turn this one gear, and it causes. I'm sure there was an antenna or something. It causes it to pop up, and then the bevel gears mesh, and it starts rotating. It's.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I knew both of y'all probably would like it when I brought it out.
I am a big fan of weird pieces, but these big blue panels are more challenging than most of the other stuff we've talked about already.
Yeah,
So
I honestly don't know what. You would
I'm
use
not really sure. Probably wings or something, but it's still
Yeah.
kind of like
it still.
Well, it's kind of like Forma or something
Yeah.
like that. You'd have to.
you have to sculpt it. So.
Yeah, and honestly, I have a feeling that someone's going to call the store and ask to buy this.
Yep, this might be a
After
good
seeing
auction thing.
This would, again, I feel like we have this box at the other house. And I've been meaning for someone to inventory it. It's just that it's so Technic is so hard to take apart, and it drives us nuts, and no one
Yeah.
volunteers to do it.
No, it's
So
not.
it's
That's
just
why we sold a
kind
lot
of-
of it on Whatnot.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I mean, I think it's a valuable set, especially if it's brand new at 600. But
It's
just not
botched.
Yeah, sorry.
It's the worst.
I don't like it.
And so once we get to the end, I have some questions for the audience too. Keep it in mind which sets you think are the worst, which ones aren't. So.
Or which one of us picked the worst set?
That
in
too.
your opinion.
Yeah.
I would like to know if any of mine were completely hated by all.
Wait, the worst, like, the
with
most
one of
bad
ours-
set, or
Yeah.
like we made a bad decision
Well,
putting
both.
it in this
Well, it
video
could be,
because they
if
think
they
it's
really
a good
love
set.
it. I'm just saying, who of us picked the worst set
Gotcha.
It's
that
true.
was shown today, I guess is the thing. Since you're so passionate about yours, bring yours
Well,
last.
I think we're rapidly
This
approaching
is
the
it.
end of the video
This
here
is it.
because
Oh, no. That's pretty bad.
I'm just gonna set that there. Anyway, thanks for joining. We appreciate you.
No,
coming out to watch
you
this
got to talk
video.
about it.
I just need to say all those sets were bad. I don't know.
Yeah, so the Minions, I think this is one of those sets that the theme is like, it doesn't matter if this was the coolest set ever. It's Minions.
Yeah.
It's Minions. It is
know.
bad. And if you think Minions are good, you're the problem.
How did we get Minions?
Be part of the
Wait,
solution, not
Yeah.
the problem.
How did we get sets from Minions, but we never got them from Narnia?
Yeah, or other cool themes. Yeah, like we need more Lord of the
Hey.
Rings, not more
What
Minions.
the hey?
Yeah.
Go
good
ahead,
grief.
speak your...
I
that was
have,
it?
Just
I have,
Minions.
I really have not. This, it's not just a set. This just embodies all
All the
of-
Minions.
all
Yes.
encompassing.
Yep.
And it isn't even really from the films. This isn't actual from the film The Minions. I liked the other one, the other films that the
You
Yeah,
get
Minions
this is
one
from the Rise
section
of
of
Gru.
roller coaster track.
One
goes
slide.
nowhere.
3
and it
bananas.
goes nowhere.
Banana.
Look, they're in the washing machine. Ha 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 ha.
No, wait.
Get it?
No, wait, look.
It's a joke.
I'm just saying, yours is better than mine than this one because these are just teeny little things that don't really go.
That's-
At least that's one solid thing you could use
Okay,
somewhere
well
else.
It's
when
one
your
solid
kid
piece of
when your
barf.
kid puts this vehicle on this roller coaster track and it skids across the floor and you step on it and your foot goes out from under you like Charlie
Yeah,
Brown
yeah.
and you land on your butt and you break your butt bone.
Why does there always have to be a big butt?
There's a big
And
butt bone.
also, they're minions. So, end of story.
Oh my goodness.
This
yeah.
has been a very emotionally draining
Yeah,
episode.
Yeah, we're
I
exhausted,
feel
but
exhausted.
so yeah.
But you know what's sad is there's even more out there.
Yeah.
Out there
There's so
in
much
the
more.
Lego world, there's some
Out
really bad
there.
sets.
I've got more I can pick.
There's a whole
I do
wide
too.
world of garbage.
But wait,
Barnaby.
But wait, to lead into the next one, if you guys will join us the next time, is
Yes.
we will come in with our most favorite sets.
Oh,
and
yes.
why they're great.
That's
so we
going to be
can't-
harder than this.
It will
Yeah.
kind
I mean,
of,
this
it's
I
hard
walked.
to pick the
I
best.
walked around the store for not even 3 minutes, and I
Yeah.
said, "Ooh, this one,
Yeah.
and this one, and this one."
That's what
Nexo
I was
Knights,
doing, too, yeah.
Minions.
Oh no, I already had it in my head. I was like, I don't know if we have it, but I'm gonna go find it. And
There you
sure
go.
enough, I was able to find some. So yeah,
It's easier to roast than to
Botched.
it is. It's very easy to be ugly about things, but harder to be nice. So
Yeah, so we
Well, there
will
you
be.
go. That was a nice way to sum it
So
up.
we got all of our
Get
angst
this
and
outta
anxiety out the door this time. But thank you guys so much for sharing all your passionate hatred for all these horrible
Absolutely.
sets.
Oh, if there's one thing this video was, it was passionate.
Yes, and then thank you guys for tuning in and seeing us just rant about all the bad Lego sets for the entire duration of this video. But
Yes.
yeah, we'll be back with more positive videos in the future, like Angie was saying. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But when you're
Yes,
commenting,
for sure.
let us know which of these sets was the actual worst.
yes,
And which of these
Worst.
sets we made the worst decision on. Which of
Right.
these are actually good?
Which one
because
do you think was the best?
or is there one that you thought was okay and we changed your mind and now you hate it?
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Were
or
we
one
able
that
to sway
should have
you?
been in this video? Anything.
Yeah, whatever. I would love to read these.
We were
comments.
Yeah.
very invested in these, so I would love to hear what you guys are saying. We'll reply. Well, we want to have a discussion with you guys. So
Yeah, I think this one should spark a
And-
lot of discussion.
Whichever one of us wins gets the minion set.
Oh no! We don't even want that. Yeah, no.
I think you missed a couple words in that sentence. Did you mean gets to burn them? Is
Yeah.
that what
I'm
that-
giving you that for Christmas.
Did you
Just
miss-
you
okay.
wait. Just you wait.
Oh,
Well,
no.
I'll take it to Grant and Vogan, and they can help me
Yep.
dispose of it accordingly.
Yes.
We have a white elephant gift exchange every
We
year,
do,
and some of these
every
are great
Christmas.
qualifiers for that. So
Yeah, but see, then it would be a given that that's the worst one, and usually at the end of
Yeah.
White Elephants, the
Somebody
person who
gets the
gets the
best.
worst gift gets like a bonus gift.
that's
so
true. That's true.
Maybe you
Alright.
would just bite the bullet on that one and
Yeah.
get the bonus gift.
Alrighty. Well, thanks, guys. We'll
Thank
see
you.
ya.
Thanks for
See
joining us.
everybody.
Bye.
This was a fun one.